So I've been watching the news. I'm sure pretty much the whole nation knows already about the shootings in Texas and Ohio. Um, some of you might also know that there was one in California last weekend. So within a week, three shootings, two of them can be considered mass shootings. Ohio, 9 people dead. El Paso, 20 people dead. California, I believe it was three. One of them, a 6-year-old child. And it's obvious that this is a problem, a huge problem, and we need to handle it. I mean, you know what? To be honest, the president, his rhetoric and the stuff he says, wanting to send people back to their countries, congresswomen talking about illegal immigration and how all these rapists and illegal immigrants are coming here to hurt us, to take our jobs, to kill our people, to hurt, rape our women, uh, to cause mass chaos. It's bullcrap. I mean, it's obvious that number one, that's the main reason a lot of these people are committing these acts of violence. Domestic terrorism is what I call it, and he should be calling it that as well. We need to open our eyes and stop acting like this is just a problem of a few crazies. Nah. I mean, the guy in Texas already, they found a manifesto that said that he believed that there was a lot of problems with these migrants, that he was anti-immigrant, and that was obvious. Um, then I think he went as far as saying, don't blame President Trump. Well, I do blame President Trump, and if any of you have your thinking caps on at all, then you know that his rhetoric causes these people to do the things they're doing. And it's ridiculous. We got to do something about it. You put, like I've always said, the problem starts with all these rifles and guns that could do mass killings, and you put them in the hands of just anybody who can qualify to buy them, and basically uh, they lose their mind at some point for whatever reason. Like I've said before on a previous video, in this case is because these people are fed up. They're because of migrants, because of people of other races, and they go out and kill a bunch of people, and it's just out of control. But the president's lack of action, number one, because he doesn't want to recognize this as domestic terrorism. Number two, the rise of racist terrorist acts linked to racism have risen since he's been in office, and that's undeniable. So basically, I'm just saying to everybody, put your thinking caps on. If you voted for this guy, the only way we're going to cure this problem is to get rid of this guy. And the only way to do that the right way, not like these people to go shoot the president, or that's not the way you do it. You go to the ballot box and you vote against him. When the next election comes, go out and vote. Even if you voted for him before, put your thinking cap on. Do you have to wait until it's your kid that gets shot at his school or at a mall, or your own wife or your cousin or your neighbor, your daughter? Come on. I mean, it's obvious what's going on. I mean, anybody that has a heart and has half a brain, and I might be one of those, but let me tell you, it doesn't take much to realize that this is just a rhetoric that's causing these people to snap. Maybe some of us have forgotten, but there was a guy that supported Trump, and I think it might have been about a year ago, maybe a little bit less than that, but he tried to blow up CNN. He sent bombs to CNN. Come on. Now, some of you may say, oh, CNN, they deserve it. Come on, what kind of way of thinking is that? I don't like Fox News, but I don't think they deserve to be bombed. And just, I mean, it's just so blatantly obvious what's going on here. We're allowing these things to happen because supposedly this president is making things better economically and stuff. Basically, we're selling our soul to the devil. It's just out of control. But we need to start somewhere. That's why I wrote him a letter about a year ago about the guns. And that's where we need to start. At least start there. But when the time comes to vote for somebody to be our president, and that's coming in a few months, just over a year from now, go vote against this guy. I mean, it's just obvious that he needs to go. He's taken this country back decades. Okay? Uh, Speaking of, in the sense of peace and sense of race, we're the human race, but he's dividing us, and that's how he won the election, by doing that. Kudos to him. But you know what? Now he's just trying to keep his base all riled up by using all these racist comments and all these just stupid ideas that he puts out there. And if you really just, again, put your thinking cap on, just for a second, put your thinking cap on and think of the things that this guy is doing to really divide us. And that's exactly what's happening. We're divided. We're divided. No, you're black, you're brown, you're white. You don't belong in my space. You're the enemy. And that's what he's accomplishing with all this. But you know what? I'm tired of seeing people die, getting shot, children, women. Who knows? I may be next. You may be next. But we got to act. We got to do something. You know? Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Martin Luther King. So I truly believe in that. And you should too. But we need to get this guy out. And the only way to do it right is to vote him out. And that's going to take a while from now. So why don't we at least start, like I said, with doing some gun control so that people don't keep dying this way. All right. That's it for now.